I'm back.
Welcome back. By the way, you pushed the button.
Oh, frickin' heck. Sorry, y'all. I seem to have pushed the button even though Rye isn't here yet. I was trying to jump my character and apparently it still thought I was an OBS. So it started just randomly doing things, including trying to record. No. I didn't even get a chance to change the info. Frick. I'll have to do that with editing later. But burgers were good, milkshake's good.
Nice.
Yeah, that solo dually was pretty nasty.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
And I did check with Rye. No, their system is not as bad as the stream thinks it was.
Okay, that's good.
Go sit down. We have questing to do. Excuse me. Just waiting on Rye to get back. As you can see, they are deep in AFK land. Double checking our shared fates real quick. Yeah, we have 2 to go for shared fates. And 2 aether currents to find, 3 to quest for. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but they really cut back the aether currents in the old content. Because like in Shadowbringers, there's only 4 to find each zone now.
I did not know that.
Which really freaked Questing out because she's like, wait, I've only found 4. I should have like 6 more to go. And what do you mean I've unlocked flying? Wait, what? Excuse me. She feels gypped. Well, part of the problem is that us doing the side quests at the same time as the main story seems to be the exception to the rule for the player base. A lot of people just run straight through the MSQ, ignoring the side quests, and then doing them after the fact, even though the side quests actually kind of lead you around to all the aether points and a lot of the vistas, as well as other things and other ideas that are important to the story. So and then they complain that they can't find all the aether currents.
Brother, that's what your compass is for.
To each their own. I mean, there's no wrong way of playing the game. Well, there is a wrong way. It's called not being happy with the game, trying to boost yourself up, and then complaining that the healers don't heal you out of AoEs in a raid situation. So,
Yeah, I was actually thankful that I had a forgiving group. I was doing Satasha earlier on a roulette. I was healer. I thought I had the tank targeted.
Oh,
I did not have the tank targeted.
Every healer has gone through that. I'm sorry.
they thankfully they were really understanding. It's like, dude, I am so sorry. I did not mean to let you die. I thought I had you targeted.
We've all been there and done that. It's good when you get a group like that, and they're more common here than in other games. But there's always sometimes that one person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm noticing a lot in a lot of the social outside of the game. The big pull, small pull debate rages on. To the point of, like, healers trying to run ahead and then grab everything and then rescue the tank into the mobs.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I've been getting good at both, as both tank and healer, but I still need a lot of practice with the big pulls. Okay.
Be right back. I need a spoon.
Spoon!
Okay, I'm back. Are we ready to go on to the next part of story quest?
Probably.
Well, yeah, Foxfire, but not everyone actually plays this game for story. It's kind of sad because story is like the biggest thing in this game. But at the same time, not everyone is interested in all the stories. But we are, so we will continue with story.
Mm-hmm. A flower upon your return. Vina has Urgos and his double at heel.
Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the island. Thump, 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 thump. Yeah, one of the things I really love about this game is the fact that you can have multiple different playstyles and multiple different wants for multiple different people, and it supports them all. And you don't feel forced to do any of it short of MSQ, and even then, you can hit that escape key anytime you want. Climb onto Argos's back and we can be off. You know, I honestly cannot remember the last time he tried carrying anyone but me.
Urgos motions to his back with his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on.
Thank you,
That's right,
Argos.
Urgos to the aisle. I survived a
Isn't this
nasty
pleasant?
solo encounter, and
Argos
all I got
certainly
was
thinks so.
this dog.
He's the goodest of boys. Now, what is the name of that tree? Noe something. Ah! Nophoterophoron. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? It's also quite a mouthful.
Greek. Ooh, rocks entering the draw distance.
Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
That would be bad. And somewhat undignified.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a landing.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
Yeah, but not with things.
Not
always
at
with
will.
People.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
You have been.
Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness.
Oh.
Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture, possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all, and I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place, not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, as though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Or will there be apples covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
So, what is your opinion?
Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days.
Sure.
I'm inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea.
If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution. Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
There are a number of places where Hermes might be in absence. But we could do worse than to look at Kritis Hyboria, the largest facility. It stands in the Ethosilikos Boreas to the North Isle. I wonder, Tayrin, Rylea, for an institution which claims to study and research every species destined to release into the world, did you not question how they find room for them all on so few isles? The answer lies...
Presumably you only test a few at a time.
Yeah, and the rest remain in concepts. The answer lies within Critesis itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where the vast area is stitched together out of multiple concept spaces. The same holds true of the interior of the facility and its magically constructed enviros. 'Tis there, within the spawning habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Elpis's observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route via the north is via the nexus north of Poitins Ocus. Man, all these Scrabble words. I think we would have won the game by now. And off to the Big Isle! While dodging very big kitties. Nope, not that way.
Work. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy! Blues first or golds first?
Gold's first, I think. That's 7 regulars and 2 blues.
Well, let's pick up a round of 5. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 9 regulars.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Sorry, 8.
7?
There are
3
8.
and a... Oh, there's the hidden one.
So 4 and 4.
Maybe 4 and a blue, 4 and a blue?
Possible? Perkillus.
Pericles. The abyss stares back. Uh-oh. Pericles is in need of a temporary research assistant. Still no reaction. What exactly are we supposed to try now? Ah, perfect. A familiar. I'm on the observation team for a new kind of bird, and it's giving us some trouble. It won't move or react at all no matter what anyone does to it. Oh no. Could you maybe give it a try?
I
bet I can get
get
a reaction.
Yeah.
Though I'm not sure I can, considering what I think it might be. I certainly hope so, and I've got something for you if you succeed. We have a specialist in avian species working with the creation in question, and he can help you with the particulars. You'll find them by the towering structure northeast of our settlement here. Please go and speak with the avian specialist by the northeast tower. Surely that bird will react to someone.
Oh boy.
So, want to take any bets on what it is?
Not at the moment. Eon.
Rolling Brians gather no moss. Uion is fretting over a runaway creation. Excuse me, but have you a moment? I'm in search of a runaway creation and need an extra set of hands to assist in its apprehension. I'd been keeping such a close watch on the thing, and had been so well behaved. I thought I could rest my eyes for a second. When I looked up, though, poof, on. Just like that. Please, won't you help me find it? I'll make it worth your while, I promise. Oh, thank you. I'll continue to search in this vicinity, though it's likely the creature scampered off further afield. While I scour the area here, might you explore the eastern end of Rumination's Ramble? Oh yes, I should probably tell you about the creature we're looking for. We call it a Brian, a seedkin that bears a passing resemblance to a moss bloom. It will wither and perish without water, or become an overgrown monstrosity with too much. Keeping it dehydrated is a delicate balancing act. If the creature has fallen into a river, it will be, suffice to say, too big to carry on one's own. If you find it submerged in a body of water, try to remove as much moisture as you can. That ought to shrink it somewhat. Use this drying agent on it to drain the sodden sop. If it begins to rave at you or act in any way rampageous, subdue it and capture it with this etheric rope.
Right.
You know they won't give us an etheric rope if we didn't need it.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Frazzled. You look frazzled.
Flight of the Charybdis. A frazzled researcher seeks help in chasing down a missing creature. Do we really have to go after this one? You there! Please, it's most urgent. A colleague of mine in Philomaithes Notos has just sent word of a most disturbing nature. Dang it.
A blue Charybdis was
I've got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Event Log.
Yes.
A blue Charybdis was practicing its flying, but became separated from its fellows. From what I gathered, based on my friend's manic message, it was last seen taking wing to Peripatea Crystalline. We're all of us searching far and wide, but could you look in the direction of Peripatea Crystalline? Your help will not go unrewarded, I can assure you of that. Oh, thank you. Between us, we ought to be able to locate this lost creature. You should know that Charybdises have a penchant for heights, so I will scan the skies around here and leave the upper floors of Peripatea Crystalline to you. If you do happen to find the creature I spoke of, use this etheric rope to bind it. Not to worry, the bindings cause no injury or pain. Good luck, and I shall see you soon.
Again with the etheric rope.
Set ropes to stun. Take to the skies. The eccentric crater has a request for Azim's familiar.
Ah, you must be Azim's familiar. I had a favor to ask of the observers here, but seeing as they're awfully preoccupied, perhaps I can ask you instead. I'm experimenting with crossbreeding different types of plants. I was thrilled when I finally produced a whole new species, right up to the point where they all rose up and floated away. Last I saw them, they were heading towards the eastern side of the island. I had managed to wrangle a goodly number, but there are still 8 or so missing. Could you help me recapture them? Thank you. Here, use this etheric rope to capture, say, 4 of them, and I can hopefully handle the rest.
It is really becoming the multi-purpose tool around here.
Yeah. All aboard?
Oh, fine.
Well,
Yeah.
hello?
Just what I figured.
Abscissus.
Abyssus. The bird bears an uncanny resemblance to a shoe bell. It doesn't acknowledge your existence.
It never does. Except when it wants to point me somewhere.
You were sent to help us get this fellow's attention, yes? Then let's get you two acquainted. This here is an abyssus, so named for the way it seems to just stare off into the abyss. One of our colleagues found it perched on a Melanian's antler and brought it in for closer study. And that's everything we know. We have no idea where it came from, who made it, or even what it really is. We'll be taking it to Catissa Hyperborea eventually, but we want to get some notes on it first, namely on how it reacts to external stimuli. The Abyssus has yet to acknowledge any of us, but maybe you can get a reaction out of it, seeing as you're a familiar. Why don't you try giving it a pet to start with?
As long as it doesn't take my hand off. Fortunately, shoebills, at least in real life, actually don't mind humans. Hello, little guy.
The Abyssus doesn't seem to notice you touching it and continues to stare into the distance. Nothing, like some great thinker lost in a meditative trance. Huh. How about giving it a poke? How many emotes are we going to go through?
Oi! Oi! Oi!
The Abyssus doesn't acknowledge your prodding. No good. I'm all out of ideas. Unless you want to try giving it a hug. How about just shoving it off the railing and see what it does?
That's hug, not jug.
You sure? It might react to if you give it a jug. For a brief moment, you could have sworn the Abyssus glanced at you, eyes narrowed in irritation. Still nothing. Too bad, really. Actually, I think it moved.
He glared at me.
What did it do? I can't believe I missed it. Perhaps the Abyssus only responds to signs of affection. As such, I'll need you to help us experiment a bit more. We'll run dozens of tests, each with a different expression of love.
No, I'm out of here. I got things to do.
Love. True love. That doesn't irritate it.
I swear, this thing's gotta be Emmett's familiar. It's the only explanation at this point.
No, well, I suppose you have other duties to attend to. Still, I'm thrilled we got a reaction out of him. Thank you, and please give Pericles my regards when you go to collect your reward. Nope, nothing.
He was waiting for you this time.
Yeah, I know. He's adapted like the Borg.
Oh, there's one restless plant.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a creepy little critter. That's one of 4.
On a second. Getting the right rope.
Yeah, we've got, what, 3 different types in our bag?
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a Copraker.
Yeah.
Very
What else did you
overthrown.
think it'd be?
I figured it was either this or a mossling.
You spotted an overgrown creation resembling a Corpacur, and is likely the Byron you're in search of. Use the drying agent to remove some of its excess moisture. Drying agent, a concoction capable of turning anything into a desiccated husk. Swallowing it would be a terrible idea.
It's gotten slightly smaller. It is now grumpy with me.
Yep. Go get him.
Hold up.
Invalid target.
Invalid target. I guess we need
You have to get it all the way down?
I guess so. There we go. Oh, he's down all right.
Blub, 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 blub. Ah, there we go.
Hello, restless plant.
The plant and the restless.
It's like a floating deep eye.
Yeah.
Except with less fuzz and more foliage.
Oh, over here.
Oh,
Maybe a proto-Araman?
you went to a
Or
different
another
one.
void scent. Yes, I said over here.
I was gonna get to this one afterwards, because that would be backtracking.
This one was closer.
And last one. Sneak around the Minotaurs.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Monsieur Blue.
Academia student. My ancient academia. The perks of being a lost flower. An academia student wears an expression of concern as she scans the horizon.
You're a visitor too, aren't you? Perhaps you might be willing to help me then. Did you happen to see a blue-haired woman in the area? She wouldn't have been wearing a mask. I see. She and I are students of Academia Uniter, and we had intended to spend our downtime visiting Elpis together. We were just on our way when she realized she forgot something back at Agranosa's, so she ran back, and that was the last I saw of her. She could be a bit, how shall I put it, scatterbrained? She may have well simply gotten lost on her way back. I would rather not search for her myself, for what if she comes back while I'm away? So, if it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could be so kind as to look for her. Like us, she won't be wearing a mask, and so she should stand out a touch. You'll find her in the area of Philomath's notice in all likelihood. If you could come across her, could you help her out a bit? See she makes it back. I think we could do something. And it is over on the other island. Yay!
Ah, really?
Yes.
Okay then. She really got lost.
A little. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. We'll go this way. While avoiding the big kitties. The big, scary kitties.
All the neck muscles.
Have to have neck muscles that large just to hold up their heads with that rack on them.
Exactly.
Ah, our destination.
There's no sign of the Charybdis.
I think we have to use the gate over here. And just think, our neck muscles are sculpted from a lifetime of nodding.
Yes.
Not
The
here.
Cryptus is nowhere to be seen.
Nope. Gonna have to be at the next one.
Yeah, we're kind of running out of floors.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
Depending. It may just be asleep.
Come on, little guy.
Now that you've captured the injured Charybdis, return to Potean Oikos and deliver your winged captive to the frazzled researcher. Right.
He was sure a ways up.
Ellie said they like heights.
That he did. Considering it is a flying creature, that makes sense, but... Turn these in, get the other four.
Yeah. It's the usual type of thing.
Assuming we can get around all the hipposurfs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found your Charybdis.
Saw that you were on your way back and hastened to return as well. So, what news? Have you found that blue Charybdis? Captured Charybdis, a lost Charybdis bound by an etheric rope. Now, at last, it can find its way home.
It was looking pretty bedraggled.
Oh, a great relief indeed. Rather impressive it hasn't suffered any truly grievous injuries. More impressive still that it was able to fly as far as crystalline. It only begun to practice the art of flight recently, as I understand it. Yes, we were there. Who would have thought it could cross such a distance with wings still so inexperienced? No doubt credit for this ought to go to Emmett Selk and his helpful instruction. Well, I, for one, cannot wait to see the Charybdis take to the skies from its perch. At any rate, dang it. At any rate, I will see this creature returned to Agnoresis at once. Though it isn't much, considering the services you've rendered, I hope it's not too lowly a prize for you. That works. Decent XP. Turn in right here.
There's a turn in right over here, too.
But it was right here.
But then we have to backtrack further.
Nothing in my neck of the woods, I'm sorry to report. Did you have any luck?
Yeah. I think this is the little guy you're looking for.
Watching this poor Brian struggle weakly against his binding certainly tugs at the heartstrings. Oh well, better it than you, right?
Rude!
You found it, and just as I suspected, thrashing about in ruminations ramble. Naughty thing. So you had to subdue it, I take it. Goodness, it certainly put you through the mill. At least you do not seem to be too badly wounded, and nor does it.
We did our best.
The Byron has the remarkable ability to predict precipitation and rainfall. If you see it shaking its leaves, you know the rain's on its way. That's why we created it in the first place. Provide those in the wetlands a method by which they might prepare for sudden storms. Unfortunately, as we have discovered, it becomes absolutely enormous when exposed to liquid in large quantities, rendering them rather dangerous in humid areas. Oh well, back to the drawing board. At any rate, thank you for locating this little rascal, a rather large rascal as the case may be. I know not whose familiar you are, but you were a tremendous help. Here, for your pains.
Uh-oh! Time to do guild duties!
Oh no!
There. All set. Actually, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen action on.
Yeah, actually. What does it take to get some action around here?
He might have been stuck late at work.
Yeah. My associate said you were incredibly helpful. You have his thanks as well as mine. What did you think of the Abyssus? Strangely enthralling, isn't it? Those penetrating eyes that seem to stare right into your very core. He wasn't looking at me. Almost feels like he's studying us as much as we're studying it. I have to wonder who made it and for what purpose.
I have some speculations, but pray continue.
I'll have to consult with Vina. If anyone would know aught of this creation, it is her. Oh, and before I forget, here's your reward for today's work.
And now we have to go up the ridge.
Yeah, well.
Which is why I wanted to
Into
do it
every
first.
life, a little ridge must climb.
Did you catch the plants? Yep, all 4 of the bloody bleeping blips here.
Etheric rope holds this restless conceptual plant captive.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I thought I'd expect no less from Azim's familiar. I rounded up half as well, which means they're all back safe and sound. They're part Eardrent, you see. It's no surprise they inherited the eyes, but having them wander off on their own was rather unexpected. To tell the truth, I've never really had a specific use in mind for them. I suppose I'll just best start thinking about that. The Bureau of the Architect won't be impressed with my new creation unless it serves a purpose. With that in mind, I believe this research can be done. With that in mind, I believe there's research to be done. Thank you for your help, and do pass on my regards to Azim. Yeah, if we ever meet them someday.
No, it's perfectly fine. Azim knows all about it. Don't we?
Maybe?
Searching for Eldos. Glaucon is concerned about your ether levels.
Oh no.
Those are some low levels of ether you have there. Even for familiar, that must be awfully inconvenient. What say you assist me with an experiment that should help increase your reserves? As long as it doesn't involve absorbing the entire ether pool of a, shoot. Help me out here.
I don't know what you were thinking. All I know is for some reason, we have comparatively low ether, even though I always thought we had exceedingly high amounts of ether for...
It's all relative, but no, the Boston Eaters.
Oh, the Light Wardens.
Yeah, thank you. As long as it doesn't involve consuming the entire ether pool of a Light Warden, I'm fine.
Actually, I think we could suck that pretty well nowadays.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to do it again. Thank you.
Point.
I need one more ingredient before I can get started. If you could get your hands on a bit of slime from an Eidos in the forest, that would be a great help. We use illusory magics to mimic the shape of nearby creatures, so it'll be tricky to find one, but not impossible. Keep your eyes peeled for anything acting out of place. Once you think you've located an Eidos, use this crystallized concept to dispel the illusion. It should then be a relatively simple task to defeat the creature and obtain a nice heaping handful of gunk.
Ew.
But be warned, if you use the crystal on anything else, it tends to react violently. Should you make a mistake, there is no shame in beating a hasty retreat.
Right.
Isn't Eidos actually owned by Square Enix?
I believe so.
Yes, they are.
Siren Flower. A familiar aficionado at Poetkin Oikos is most interested in meeting you. A rather unusual familiar, aren't you?
So people keep telling me.
You have no idea. I haven't seen your concept on file at the Bureau of the Architect, and I've never come across anything like you in all my years of research. No doubt. Your Azem's familiar? Well, that certainly explains it. Her creations are truly something else. Yes, I am truly something else. I'm even more intrigued now. Would you mind if I observed you for a time? I'll make it worth your while, of course.
I suppose.
Nothing pervy, okay?
With that dread up, you might be asking the impossible.
What? Fantastic. I can hardly wait to get started. But not here. The study I'd like to conduct requires we relocate to the west a ways. Please come and join me when you're ready. I'm going to regret this, aren't I?
Probably. We've still got a couple more to pick up, so.
Yes, we do.
Mitron creator.
Specializing in sharks. The Metron creator appears troubled. You should be.
Greetings. I am a researcher from the words of Mitron. I've dedicated my life to studying the creatures and creating aquatic life, but my main focus is the development of new shark species. My latest creation has completed its rounds of observation at Angriosis and will be released after one final test. The thing is, I'm hoping to consult the taxonomist before the Bureau of Architects hands down the official registration. The same one who named my last shark, if we can call Spadus Brado, was such a marvelous name.
Bude Bradios.
It turns out it's rather difficult to track down a specific person in a place such as this. Could you help me?
You seem to have a knack for it.
Thank you. Here, take this. It's a model of the previous creation I just mentioned. Whomever named it should hopefully be able to recognize it. Right then!
Sharks. Why did it have to be sharks?
Is it Shark Week yet?
I think every week is Shark Week here.
Was there something I could help you with?
Spude Bradius figurine. This model of a two-legged shark species looks terribly familiar. Yes it does.
Who named the species? I'm sorry, I haven't a clue. Certainly not me. I think they're around the backside. Side? Oh dear.
What are you two doing?
3. There's 3.
Oh. Just not taking part in the
Stare
feud.
down. Yes. Irina.
I think I like you already. Should you choose to undertake this quest, know that guidance from the journal, duty list, and map will be limited. Maybe I don't like you. You will need to read the
Let's
text
actually
carefully.
hold on this one and clear out the others first, because this one's going to want our attention.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll come back to you, ma'am. And your cat problem.
She's a crazy cat lady. An expected guest. Oh,
Yep, no.
since we have a spare slot from not taking the other, we can take this. Myra appears to be mildly perturbed.
Well, this is a pickle. Whatever am I to... Please tell me you're here to deliver a message from Cleon. You are a familiar, yes? Yeah, but
No.
I'm not that familiar. Azim's
I'm not familiar with this message.
Azim's familiar. Oh, and I do like the name. Tayrin. Rylea. But if you belong to Azim, then what could it become of our visitor from Amarot? He was meant to arrive some time ago. On wildlife subjects are accustomed to the presence of long-term observers, but when someone from outside Elpis comes to visit, the reactions can be somewhat unpredictable and occasionally violent. Would you be so kind as to track down Cleon and see that no harm has befallen him? Visitors don't wear masks, so he should be easy to spot. And if you do happen to find him in the process of being mauled, you have my permission to terminate the offending subject. Safety first.
You're all heart.
Okay, we got a round to do.
Nothing too exciting.
I will stay here and search in the immediate vicinity in case a visitor arrives in the meantime. Do point him in this direction should you manage to locate him first. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Guess we go this way first. Okay, Mr. Aficionado, what do you want us to do? Show off our muscles?
Thank you so much for coming. Now, let's get straight to business. All you need to do is reach out and touch some Orpheus sunflowers. They're pretty blooms, light blue in color, and they emit these, well, bubbles, which enthrall any overly curious creatures. Think of it as a defensive mechanism. It has no effect on sapient beings such as myself, but I'm fascinated to know how it will affect you. Fear not, I will be sure to intervene should you begin to fall under its spell. Never leave a familiar to such a fate, and especially not a familiar created by Azim. Now, I have created 3 flowers of varying sizes and potencies. We'll begin with the smallest and weakest. Oh, I may be able to protect you from the flower itself, but if any nearby beasts are already under its influence, I'm afraid you'll have to be the one to protect me. Fighting never was my forte. Escort the familiar aficionado to the flower.
Right then.
Let's be off.
And since when am I a familiar, a non-sapient being? Um.
Most familiars are, at best, bordering on it. Undersized Orpheus Songflower.
It does bubble.
Mm-hmm. On we go. You touch the flower, it doesn't seem to affect you. No reaction. Interesting. Let's try a more powerful one, shall we? Ah, the anticipation.
Out in the middle of all the primordial hipposurfs. Yay!
Orpheus Songflower. Well, hello there. Quite a collection.
No, no, no.
It's still 3.
Are we done yet?
Maybe. On we go. You touch the flower, you don't feel any different. Still nothing. Well, let's see how you fare against an exceptionally large one. About the same.
Normally I'd just jump over the railings, but I'm not sure how their follower will react.
Right.
I mean, technically he should be okay, but I'm not taking the chance.
Yeah. Overgrown Orpheus Songflower.
Hold up.
Yeah, wow. Go, Ruby. Okay. You touch the flower. Nothing happens.
That's because I am sapient. Thank you very much.
Sorry, guy. It used splash and everything, but nothing happened. Incredible. Even a flower this size has no effect on you whatsoever. I thought for sure you would be enthralled. Considering the sparse nature of your aether, it simply doesn't make sense. As it must possess some mastery which eludes me. In any case, that ends our experiment. I'll dissolve these blooms and meet you back at Poetkanoikos.
Sorry to disappoint. Actually, kind of happy to disappoint, but hey. Ignoring you.
Going to disappoint him, too.
Oh, look, this feet's back up. Shall we?
Yeah, sure.
First off, Rift, get out here.
Yeah! Help me, save me, help me, save me!
Okay, I'm liking that new skill upgrade.
Eh. Okay then.
It went from being a cone to a true 360.
Oh my. Ow. You can just swipe me like that.
I'm gonna die here. Just a reminder, summoners can raise.
Yeah, that's nice. They can also die.
Don't die. Please don't die. Phoenix might help. Don't die. You can do this. Hurry before round 3 starts.
Well, that was exciting. Just in time. I'm a little impressed I lived through that, though.
Good job. Rift, don't fail me that way again.
Work.
Oh, he likes you.
I don't think he cared for the death flare.
Yay?
It's okay.
We just need one more.
Well, that got exciting.
By the way, you can actually pair quick cast and res with
Yeah, I know. What's that you have there? Beauty Bradio's figurine, right? Oh, it's Beauty Bradio's. Of course I know it. I named it after all. Creator is calling it a Cladosilake, but I decided to go with something more closely tied to its distinct way of moving. I wanted to really capture the image of it rushing forward on its tiny steps, somehow swift and slow at once. In case you were curious, the name comes from a proverb meaning more haste, less speed. And if the creator wishes me to name her newest creation, I would of course be honored to do so. It's an anagnoresis, you say. I look forward to seeing it soon.
Well then. And now for the other side of the island, and maybe a fate in between. If we can get there in time. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any fate parties going currently, which probably is
No.
for the best. Because...
Progress is 5%, so...
Oh
yeah.
god, these guys. Oh, they're even uglier!
Known unknown. Oh yeah, that did not help. Below the recommended level, you don't say. Melitos the Inscrutable has hit upon a rather exciting new concept, one which he hopes to test by pitting it against any available champions. Any takers? Your efforts have restored some small measure of stability to Elpis. My profession, that is what we call an abject failure. Perhaps I let my fancy carry me too far in the design phase. I will have to try again. Calm
We have a
yourself, focus,
follow-up.
and picture it clearly in your mind's eye. Hellacious forms, rippling thews, fearsome eyes! Behold my greatest concept yet. Do I have to? The Cyclops. Now draw your weapon and succumb to a strength beyond measure. This is the final one of the sequence, isn't it, from the music?
Not what I was expecting, but we can do this. In. Oh, he got stunned out.
I was wondering. 'Cause that sure didn't last long. No, I saw that flower coming. $200 Mina swing. Ow. Was out of that.
Nope. Not gonna stand there for that one. In. Someone's done that good. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
Grand Designs, the newest of new. Why, you defeated it! Goodness me, what an incredible familiar you are. But rest assured, I have witnessed all most carefully and see clearly what must be done to fix my creation. I shall return to Amnesis a Nighter and perform the final touches. No, please don't.
Yeah, we've already dealt with your final touches, and it sucked. Please don't do it again.
Trying to remember, what would the...
It was the second boss.
in... Oh,
In-
an Eider?
The second Niter.
I don't remember anything in there, really. Especially boss-wise.
Yeah, it's one of the ones you actually had the most difficulty with because there was a lot of in-outs that you weren't sure of the tells on. Oh dear, she seems to be having a problem. Or should I say he?
He... Because Cleon is another familiar name
Yep.
from the Oedipus cycle. And the powerful Cleon carburetor gets a roar out of the Oedipus.
Ow. That was horrible.
That's like the only part I can remember of that gag sheet, which was the Oedipus cycle, this like ad for a motorcycle named Oedipus, and it's all these references to the story. Thank you for taking the initiative. I wasn't sure about the etiquette of destroying the creature under observation. I'm Cleon, recently arrived from Amarant. I assumed Myra sent you to fetch me.
That she did.
I see. Well, we'd best not keep her waiting any longer. Fear not, I will avoid upsetting any more of the local inhabitants.
Thank you. Not that I don't mind killing them. They keep trying to stomp me into the ground in the first place. I don't know about you, but I do not take well to people trying to curb stomp me.
At least most of them have the good grace to announce it instead of doing it by T-Rex Ninja.
Yeah. I mean, the things are size of barns. How could they sneak up? Foot suddenly lands on you. Oh.
Yeah.
Suspicious Minotaur.
A dispelling concept.
No, I just made him mad. Sorry.
Eh.
So if he wants to do the curb stomping game, we can play that game. Ow. Oh, definitely not that one.
Apparently not. Let's not try that one again. You may live this time. Suspicious Pegasus. I don't know. Is it broken?
At the moment, it's actually using the original animation set, which is also slightly broken, but not nearly as bad.
Yeah. Gloop. It went gloop.
That it did. Okay, one slime collected.
It slimed me. Or did we slime it?
Eh?
Eh?
Eh? sorry we were so disappointing, familiar aficionado, but I'm actually kind of glad, so suck it.
Thank you for lending me your time. It was most enlightening. Not to mention perplexing. You have so little aether, yet something keeps you resistant to outside influence. Your physical constitution, perhaps. Something to consider when creating familiars in the future, at least. I promised you a reward, didn't I? Here you go. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some data analysis and concept planning to do. Yeah, all her.
I've got a feeling we were just saved by the blessing of light. Again.
Nah. Back so soon. And with the slime, I hope?
One slime, made to order.
Eidos slime. Whatever this icky globule is, it came from an Eidos. If only every familiar were as useful as you. With this, I can make a potion to increase your aether production. All the other ingredients are in order. Hippogriff brain, Monoceros horn, Ophion entrails. You? The concoction will supplement any natural deficiencies, relying on the chameleonic properties of the slime to generate aether compatible with your existing etheric signature. Clever, yes? Once this is brewed for a bit, it'll be ready to drink. Oh, this is so exciting. I can hardly wait to see just how explosive the increase to your aether will be. Please, no explosions.
I just
remembered I have something very important to do very far away. Like maybe several thousand years away. Oh, I meant to be of service, but it seems I've kept you from your other duties instead. My deepest apologies. Perhaps you can come back for the potion, but in the meantime, take this for your troubles. I will gladly take this.
Oh, grats!
I was like half a millimeter off. And hold on a moment. Double check. Actually, let's see, that is necklace. What? I thought that was. Oh, no, what? Oh. Right. Excuse me. There.
Trying to gear the wrong class.
Yeah. And actually, that needs to go into the armory chest for the moment. Do you happen to have...
Happen to have what?
Determination.
Why, yes. Yes, I do. 1 or 2?
1. It's a choker. It only takes 1.
You know you're just gonna hand it right back to me.
Yes. Oh, right. Okay, and that's 2 item levels.
Very nice.
Okay.
This way. Well, we think we found your man. Any luck finding my taxometus? As a matter of fact, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You found him? And he's willing to give my new one a name too? That is wonderful news. This latest creation is actually a direct improvement over the last. I gave it more legs for a total of 8, so it can finally move more quickly over land.
I don't remember seeing any 8-legged sharks.
With that taken care of, I need to hurry back to Agnerosis. Before I go, here, a token of my gratitude. Yeah, I don't remember any 8-legged sharks either.
I thought it was going to be the one we saw earlier, which was, the really large model.
No, apparently not.
Hi, Cleon. This is Myra, yes? Yes.
Tayrin, Rylea, thank you for seeing to the safety of our guest.
Indeed. My hesitancy to act would have ended poorly had your messenger not been there to shield me.
And I'm certainly glad that he was. Now, shall we proceed to the business of the day? I believe you had some concerns regarding your personal creations.
Yes, as embarrassing as it is to admit, I was worried that the concepts I registered with the Bureau of the Architect may not be fit for release into the wild.
Oh, you needn't feel embarrassed. You wouldn't be the first visitor we've had who expressed difficulties in helping their children leave the nest. We can look in on them right now if you'd like.
I should like that very much, but I do have one request. When you swooped in to rescue me from the beast, I was treated to an impressive display of battle prowess. Entity with your strength and instinct would be the perfect candidate for evaluating the worth of my modest creations. I insist that you join us.
What a fascinating notion. Yes, I quite agree with your assessment.
Then we all go together, whenever you're ready. Beep.
Yeah, I suppose we can do this. Da-da.
A bitter Batrakoi. Cleon looks at you expectantly. Thank you for agreeing to accompany us. Shall we?
Certainly. Now, what was the name of your creation again?
The Batrakoi, a delightfully roly-poly pudding of a thing.
Ah, yes. The one over at Rumination's Ramble. My brother Aklenos is in charge of tending him. Right this way, if you please.
Do we want to get the one on the other side of this building?
That one we want to do separately because it's going to involve our full attention.
Oh, right, that one.
Yeah, it's the crazy cat lady.
Never mind.
And of course, we still got the one out in Timbuktu.
Yes.
Oh god. It's a Nyx. Why are we helping with Nyxes?
Cleon, I take back every nice thing I may have ever thought about thinking of you. There's my beloved Batrakoi. Did he miss me, I wonder? That tongue, he's unlikely to miss you.
This is my brother.
A toad-like creature placidly endures your scrutiny.
This is my brother, Alkios. He may seem a tad gruff, but don't be fooled. There are a few more gentle or kind than he. Yes, but it's Nyx, and I am unkind to Nyxes.
You must be Rylea and Tayrin. Myra has told me so much about you in an impressively short span of time. As you've likely already deduced, I am her brother, Alcaius. And you are Cleon, yes? The architect of this Batrachoi, as you call them. Yes, I am. You think them ready for release? I would so love to see their endearing rotund forms bouncing around free in the wild. I've completed my report for the main evaluation criteria. The final decision will be made after a committee discusses the results. Based upon my personal observations? No, they are not ready. No? And might I ask why? Rylea, would you be so kind as to give this Batrachoi a solid poke? The creature's lack of familiarity with you will help prove my point.
We're poking the necks. Poke.
Pokey pokey. There does seem to be something missing. I'd rather prefer it stayed missing. You see, no response to external stimuli. Nature is far too placid. What was the concept behind the Batrachoi? A defender of water sources? In its current incarnation, it has neither the instincts nor the means to defend itself, much less fend off entities intent upon fouling the waterways. I cannot, in good conscience, certify a subject so poorly equipped to carry out its intended purpose. In fact, I suggest you redesign your concept entirely. Thank you for your candor. And I was so invested in this darling ball of pudgy flesh. Such a pity.
Tayrin, Rylea, as Asim's familiar, you've seen your fair share of the world and its inhabitants. Without altering its physical form, what do you think the Bacheloroi should do to become more effective guardian? Can use its weight to knock things flying. I can't believe I'm saying this.
I am not going to recommend the tongue, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're going to avoid the tongue.
Brilliant! An innovative mind you have. Yes, that may suffice. The introduction of an effective offensive measure could very well tip the scales towards a favorable judgment. Truly, and I shall modify my concept at once. May I bind this one and take him home with me? Once I've finished making the necessary adjustments, I'll resubmit my request for observation and evaluation. Of course, you're free to do as you wish. I will make a note of it in my logs.
I can't believe we're helping create Nixes. Oh, what is this world coming to?
Now, there's no way for them to do it, but it'd be so hilarious if, from now on, all the Nixes do the flying tackle standard instead of the tongue.
Well, normally they do the tongue, then the flying tackle.
Yeah, well, it's the tongue that starts everything off, and that's where the problem is.
Akleos?
I sense your suggestion was based on personal experience. Most valuable source of wisdom. You have
No idea.
concept. Literally.
Well done, Tayrin, Rylea. What helpful familiars you are.
Yeah.
Cleon seems so very pleased.
The things I do for a complete time loop. Thank you for your creative assistance. I knew bringing you two along would be a good idea. I almost wish I could have you as my own familiar. It's a shame Azam hasn't published your concepts for the world to see. But seeing as you're here now, would you mind lending me your talents a while longer? There's one other creation of mine I feel may benefit from your unique perspective. My unique perspective of being constantly victimized by them.
Yes, apparently. Checking with Maria. Cleon seems to have taken a liking to you, hasn't he?
What a wonderfully unusual familiar you are. Yeah, funny about that. Meekly majestic. Cleon hopes to retain your company a while longer. You've chosen to stay then. Wonderful. I realize we've only just met, but I feel such a bond with you. There's one more concept I need to finalize, and I could think of no other entity I would rather have at my side during these ever so worrisome evaluations. You have my IO somewhere nearby, don't you, Alcaius? Yes. Myra keeps that one under her watchful eye, but I know the spot where it usually roams. Come along, we need to cross the stream here.
Oh, hello, Earth Pony, and thank you for the follow. As you can see, we're doing MSQ, and we're in a close time loop, and we're creating all the things that we need to help kill later on, and it's very disturbing, and we'd like it to stop.
I'm not... not seeing anything like that in the chat.
It doesn't show up in chat. It shows up in my editor box.
Okay. Because usually I see the notifications for things. Well, maybe not follows. Okay. I'm thinking of the subscribes. I was just realizing. Okay,
Riff,
so
get off of Rylea. Thank you.
Flying creatures in general are a thing right now. What have we not seen?
Let's see, we've seen rocks. We've seen the Gala cats. We have not seen chocobos.
No. We have seen nothing chocobo related.
Except for our two burbs here.
Yes.
Cleon?
Oh, I don't see my IO anywhere. Which seems impossible considering how big she is.
Oh dear. Well, that's strange. Boko, thank you.
How odd. This is where it usually spends the greater part of its days.
Yes, she never strays far from this spot. Perhaps the scent of an unfamiliar visitors has made her wary? Let's split up and try and find her. Her being a shaggy, four-legged beast with rather majestic horns. Oh dear.
You're not talking about the Coral Queens, are you?
I really hope not. Hello, Octi! I hope you guys had a wonderful time over at Baron's stream. I assume he just finished up for the evening and is now off for nom-noms.
Nomi-noms.
We've had our nomi-noms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Really?
Why are we doing this quest chain again?
Because it's there.
Yeah, well. Hello, IO.
This guy needs better taste. You find a shaggy, four-legged beast. The horns really are rather majestic. This must be the IO. Well, and thank you for that.
Thank you very much for the subscribe, Zebra. It's awesome to see you here.
Mm-hmm.
We're currently doing a round of side questing, and yeah, it's being special.
So I don't really recognize this one. Should I?
Which one?
IO.
We actually initially saw them in the second igniter right before the end boss.
And this is why I don't recognize it. Okay. So it's not something we're dealing with in the world at large, like the...
No. This was actually a pretty rare critter. But it's somewhat based on the dozu? The doze? Of the step? But yeah, it's not the same. Yeah, we have been streaming the Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, which is the latest expansion, for a little while. We've got a long ways to go. It's huge.
Ah, there she is, naughty thing. Nicely tracked.
Thank you, I think. Hello, my lovely. Come to Maria now.
Really? Lovely? Really?
Ancients have some really weird ideas of lovely. Well, would you look at that? I think she's taken a liking to you two.
No. And I can see that Cleon has a liking for stout and stocky designs. Yes. Yes, the heftier the better. Io is one of my favorites. Round and robust and bristling with spiky protrusions. A truly powerful beast. Yeah, that explains all the spikes on the nixes. I envisioned her dominating any habitat she entered. So, what do you think?
She seems a little docile. She, certainly has an imposing specimen.
Physical strength is readily apparent, yes, but more than muscle is needed to dominate a territory. The creature's field of vision is obscured by that mass of wiry hair and curling horns, preventing effective use of its natural weaponry. In the wild, being unable to hunt and catch prey in a consistent manner culminates in a slow death by starvation. It is our recommendation that you redesign the IO as a grass grazer and resubmit the concept as a candidate for livestock. Livestock? Unsurprisingly, the IO here is susceptible to nutritional deficiencies. We must administer regular ethereal supplements. You appear to have gained its trust. Would you mind doing the honors? You needn't convince it to eat anything. Simply splash the creature with this solution.
Yeah, this might be a proto-dose. Okay. Have some ethereal supplements.
A healthy dose of ether-rich energy, not to be administered orally.
Thank you. That was actually kind of bland from one of their descriptions.
The ethereal supplement is absorbed into the IO's body.
Cleos?
Supplemental ether is absolutely essential for such a poor hunter. We wouldn't want the IO to collapse now, would we?
Such a good-natured creature, which is a large part of the problem, I'm afraid.
Thank you for tending to my creation. My IO would likely thrive as a livestock animal, but I did so dearly want her to become an apex predator. I think you're too kind-hearted for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
maybe there's still hope. You have an eye for these things. Could you offer any more of your insightful suggestions?
Oh no. Here we go again!
Here in Elphus, we only observe subjects worthy of evaluation as decided by the Bureau of Architect. Cleon should be proud of his work.
It's heartening to see Io warm up to you so readily. She's always such a timid around other observers.
Unleash the beast. Cleon once more fixes you with an expectant gaze. Please, Rylea, Tayrin, I have need of your worldly experience. My Io, my darling, hulking Io. She was meant for more than grazing in the fields. Will you look her over and tell me what must be done? How can I transform her from potential livestock to apex predator?
But she'd be good as livestock.
I think I'd prefer her as livestock.
Yeah, well.
Upon closer inspection, you can't shake the feeling that you've fought similar beasts before. Such magnificent horns, rendered all but useless by the creature's poor field of vision. Io's monstrous claws seem capable of tearing a man limb from limb.
Could also be a proto-behemoth. God help us.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that. Even with the Io's limited vision, one swing from its muscular tail would be enough to shatter bones. But for true dominance, the beast will need something more. Something overwhelming. Good field of vision and meteor.
Don't give him suggestions.
What say you? How can we enhance the deadliness of my creation? Apex Predator should wield Apex magics. Something like Meteor, for example.
We're so not. Oh God, we're not doing that, are we? Oh
Maybe
God,
you aren't.
You're
I
totally
say we
doing.
kind of go both ways. I want to see what yours turns into.
Okay. Who first? Why don't we do your first? Just a second.
Okay.
Flipping screens. This should be good.
Something like Meteor, for example. Yes, deceptively simple, but devastatingly effective. I can already picture it. Alkaios, Myra, will you permit me to implement some new ideas? Rylea has given me much to think about.
Oh God, we just totally made a behemoth, didn't we?
At least I did.
Cut back on the horns and the hair and let's bring those fangs and claws into play.
Come on, my boulder needs to come from somewhere. Oh, exactly the same. Strictly speaking, any significant adjustments should be authorized by the Bureau of the Architect. But I think we can allow some temporary modifications for the purposes of experimentation. That sounds more than fair, thank you. If you could spare a few more moments, I shall take my creation and return with a new and improved Io.
Yeah, we just totally helped him create a behemoth.
I like
hate
the boulder. I'm fine with this.
I hate closed time loops. Okay, I'll be fair. I'd prefer a behemoth over a Nyx any day.
Yes.
Alkios?
Caius? You make me wonder. Are you truly a familiar? Your thoughts, your behaviors, they resemble ours far too closely. You don't say.
After living for years on end, our creativity tends to stagnate, I feel. Your revelations come as such a warmth breath of fresh air. Gleon has been gone for more than a few moments. How extensive could these changes of his possibly be?
You have no idea. It is done.
Yeah.
Hi, Boulder. Nice to meet you for the first time. Leon, well, you've certainly been busy, haven't you? Rylea and Tayrin's advice began the process, and then it became difficult to stop. After pruning back the horns and hair, I reinforced the talons, then moved on to arcane ability. She can now cast Meteor as well as Charybdis. Surely now my Io stands at the pinnacle of predators. In all my time as an observer, I've seen many a creation, but this concept ranks in the highest echelons. The strength inherent in your Io is more than sufficient to ensure its domination. Wonderful. Then I shall submit my refinements to the Bureau at once. But I think perhaps this new incarnation requires a new name. I know just the familiar to bestow it. Rylea? Tayrin? Have you a fitting title for this glorious creature? The Boulder. Behemoth seems apt.
Behemoth seems apt.
Perfect.
We just totally helped create a behemoth.
Yes!
Oh, my head hurts.
I'm much happier with this than creating Nyxes.
Yes, I will totally agree with you on that.
Ah, perfect. So it shall be known, at least for now. I still need to submit the official registration. And now the time has come for me to return to Amaranth. I've decided that my next creation will be more of a companion, a pet, if you will, suitable for the amusement of children and very clever familiars. Thank you all again for this most productive visit. I hope I might impose upon you again soon.
You have. Oh gods, you have. We will always enjoy hosting visitors with such enthusiasm for their work.
Yes, and we very much look forward to observing your future concepts.
Well, brother, Tayrin, Rylea, shall we head back to Poitin Okaios? Remember back in Amarut, there was the one fellow who was standing at the bureau to register critters, who had invented a new little companion for children and wanted us to go test and play it with it.
Vaguely?
And it was a slime that attacked us.
You think it was him?
Yes!
That would make sense.
My question is do we want to take a sidestep and do the one that's off in La La Land?
I think we'd better.
Because it's also a Aether unlock.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that was the same ancient.
It would make sense. Your writer's Bible must be something else.
This is what happened when you actually play your own game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just a second, I want to see Action's reaction to this. I'm waiting for the wait, what? I typed into chat, we just helped create the behemoth. Facepalm. I recommended me.
Hey, spoilers.
Suki, you've completed your MSQ.
Worse, we had something to do with the creation of the Morble.
Yeah, unfortunately. The Morble and the Nyx.
I will regret that for the rest of my life.
Can't you see my lower eyelid twitching? Okay, Miss Blue-haired student. That is a miss, right? Yeah, that's a miss. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, can I help you? Oh, wait. Do you need directions somewhere? Not to be rude, but I beg of you, ask someone else. I happen to be lost myself. Yeah, we kind of figured. That's why we came out here to find you. What was that? A woman asked you to come and find me? That would be my friend, no doubt. How embarrassing. I had hoped to keep this hopelessly directionless side of myself under wraps. I feel terrible for leaving her like that, but I've clearly forgotten a task from one of my professors. I rushed back to collect the item when I was asked for, which I found, thankfully, but got rather turned around when attempted to return.
Yeah, you're very turned around.
By the way, did we just ride past the bicolor gemstone vendor?
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh! But don't you worry about me. I'll be fine on my own. Now, if I'm right, then, following this road east will lead me to a teleporter. I know.
I have business with your friend anyway. I can
escort you. You mean it? Truly? Well, that is... if you're heading that direction anyway, I don't see why I shouldn't tag along. Oh no, please, after you.
Yes, we could not sleep with you going in through the forest on your own.
Mm-mm.
Which is a bit from Last of the Mohicans. They're telling this British fellow that. And what they really mean to each other is, We wouldn't be able to sleep with you crashing around the forest.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. If I'm able to get as far as the teleporter that connects to Poiten's Okas, I should be able to make the remainder of the trip on my own. Now then, would you mind? Sure, as long as we can swing by the bicolored gemstone vendor, because we need to buy stuff. This way. We'll keep to the roads so there'll be less critters involved. Though I see Rift 1 nothing of this. So when's Boko going to bail on us?
10 minutes.
Aw. Silly burbs.
I'm starting to run low on Geishel greens.
The vendor here might have some. Maybe.
You think they're a concept yet?
I have no clue. We already found a carrot of happiness, so who knows?
Yeah. That was not exactly expected.
Carrots that cause euphoria. Okay then! There's the gemstone trader. One Alpus writing map, if you please. That'll help.
Hold on. There it is. And while I'm at it... Now, is there a regular vendor here?
Yeah,
there's a
it's
junk
this
monger
way.
over this way.
Doesn't seem right. Geishel greens should not be junk.
Geishel grains. I need to top off too.
And while I'm here... And... right. Okay.
Okay, fine. Rift, get your fluffy butt out here. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what would happen to the student if we tried to mount up.
Yeah.
I don't think they can run as fast as Rift can ride. I'm ignoring you! Ow.
Got it.
Thank you.
He kinda hurt! Thank you, Tay!
Don't worry, your friendly neighborhood black mages promptly nuked the mob.
But
Ew.
you didn't yell explosion.
Didn't feel like blowing out the mic.
Thank you. What a relief it is to see a familiar sight. I should be all right without you now. After all, it's just a straight shot from here to Potin Oikis. Goodness, I'm an earful when I get from... goodness, the earful I'm going to get from my friend. I've kept her waiting far too long. Well, I really should hurry. She is owed an explanation and a heartfelt apology. Do come see us, though. I would like to thank you properly. We shall see about
All
that.
part of the service.
Oof. Hey, Paz. Is Paz being a good verb?
For the moment.
And there's our 2 missing students. I should have been upfront with my friend and simply told her why I went back. My blasted pride often gets in the way. Thank you for your help. Truth be told, when my friend first dashed off, I had assumed it was because she forgot her assignment from Mityon. Lo and behold, I was right. We were studying at the words of Mityon in Academia Nider, learning all we can about the engineering of aquatic life from the selfsame master. Honestly, though, I've no idea why Mityon would ask me to produce a flower of all things, and the one thing that's still undergoing testing in Elpis. It's very beautiful, but it has what does it have to do with ichthyology?
Ichthyology?
Oh, we got Rye interested.
Hey, I have a nice collection of tombstones for those.
Tombstones of ichthyology?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing, but that's the point, surely. It must be intended as a present, one meant for long grief. Mitron is hopelessly enamored, as we all well know. Yes, they are. We both have dealt with Mitron and Lungriff before, remember?
I remember the names.
They were the 2 tasked with watching over the first.
Okay.
Longrief's name outside the council is Gaia.
Okay, it is that pair.
Yes, it is that pair.
Yeah.
Yes, we're dropping spoilers all over the place, but if you're this far in the story, it shouldn't be a spoiler. We do? This is certainly news to me. Though, now that you mention it, I suppose I've seen sparks between them. I wonder why I never noticed before. Because you're absent-minded, that's why. That settles it. We need to hurry back and begin an in-depth observation of this romantic entanglements. I can't believe I've wasted all this valuable research time lost amongst the trees. And I would have wasted even more if not for you, good sir, good man. Now that my friend and I are together again, we can go back to Academia and deliver the flower to Mitron before it wilts. But before we rush off, a reward. You 2 certainly deserve it.
Oh dear.
They were sent here to pick flowers for those 2. Right!
Who have now become the subject of a research paper.
Apparently.
Yes. Action, sometimes I worry about you. And apparently not. I don't worry about him often enough.
What a wonderful help you 2 were with our visitor. Even for a familiar of Azim, I cannot help but be impressed by your intelligence and unique sense of creativity.
I wholeheartedly agree. Your intervention salvaged some promising but unfortunately flawed creations. All in a day's adventuring. You have our gratitude for providing us with such a fascinating experience.
Oh, Alcos, must you always be so formal? Although he has trouble expressing it, I assure you, my brother is absolutely giddy with joy.
That's because you don't have to fight Nixes.
Or behemoths.
Most
Thank you.
importantly, Nixes.
Thank you again. While I'm sure your duties as a familiar keep you occupied, we would very much welcome another chance to share your company. We'll see about that. Who knows what the future will do? Once we're outside the closed time loop, that is. Oh look, another quest!
Yeah, I had a feeling. Methods of mourning. Myra and her brother Alcaios look set to leave on an errand of some kind. Oh, look, more brown dyes.
Tell me, Tayrin, Rylea, have you seen much of Agriosis?
Decent amount.
Enough. Oh, so you've met Overseer Sulcus then. He sent my brother a request for aid, and we were just on our way to render our assistance.
You're welcome to come along if you like. You may be interested to witness the duty which lies ahead. Come along. We mustn't keep the Overseer waiting. Side quests. Always.
Wasn't
side
the
quests.
Overseer getting ready to go back to the star?
Maybe? Trying to remember what Sukli's chain was about.
Socles was a side chain dealing with trying to train his replacement.
Okay. Yeah? Okay then. Cobra Curse. Why did it have to be Cobra Curse?
I like Cobra Curse.
Yeah, and they sure beat some of the other things, but boy, I could do without the giant mud Cobra Curse.
How about the giant chocolate Cobra Curse?
I never got mine.
I'm sorry. Can't quite fly here, but that doesn't mean Ursa won't try.
Should be getting pretty close. Two to find, right, and one quest. And we know roughly where those last two findables will be.
Could be on the last island.
Exactly. And the quest for it will probably be main story on that island.
Yes.
Charmian? Tayrin, Rylea, so you're acquainted with Alcaeus and his sister, I see. I've not crossed over to this island in some time.
There's only one reason they would ask for me by name.
Socles?
Alcaios, Myra, and Tayrin and Rylea as well. Welcome, all of you. A summons from you can only mean one thing. An impressive number of chocobos, apparently.
All the chocobos.
There has been an incident? Yes, the Lycaones went into a frenzy, and more than a few of our observational projects were prematurely ended.
Yes,
The
that did happen.
Lycaones again. We began the sending rites, of course, but the task is burdensome for so few. Thus did I hope to secure your particular expertise.
Oh, you wouldn't be aware of the practice, would you, Tayrin, Rylea? Here in Elpis, we expedite the ethereal disposition of deceased by employing time magics. Oh, really? The decay of the corporeal aether remains accelerated and absorbed back into the ground upon which we stand. As you may have guessed, this manipulation of time is Alkios' specialty. Whenever some unexpected event results in mass loss of creations, it is to him to whom we turn.
That we do. Nevertheless, I do regret tearing you away from your important work. We've prepared a site to the southwest, so if you'll follow me, we can put this unpleasant business behind us in short order. Why am I suddenly remembered of the one concert piece that has time stop in it?
Yes. That was awesome, by the way. This way. Yes, these guys were kind of ravaged by the Legiones.
Yes.
Charmian? The Overseer and I moved the bodies here, away from the site of the violence. It's easier that way.
Myra?
When you research such an eclectic collection of wildlife, it's almost inevitable that some of them will meet with a sudden and unanticipated demise.
Ocupedes. This is them, the Ocupedes which fell victim to the Lycaones.
They were still being evaluated, yes? Poor things, they barely had a chance to fulfill their design.
Their flesh and bones will return to the land. We will ensure that their existence was not in vain.
Seeing life taken mid-purpose can be distressing. Have you witnessed such events before, Tayrin, Rylea? Tell me, how do you express yourselves at these times?
With an offering of
Offering
Nymea lilies. Of course, they may not know what Nymea is.
Nymea lilies? A beautiful name for a flower, but not one I've heard of. I wonder if it was recently registered.
Not so much.
And you offer these lilies to the fallen. Interesting. We do have a custom of gifting flowers to those we love and admire, so I suppose this is not so different. Perhaps I can prepare some blooms to take their place of the ones you've mentioned. Come with me, Tayrin, Rylea. Can you help me gather something suitable?
Of course, I find it interesting that they're asking a familiar about funeral rites.
Yeah, well, they did notice that we're awfully unusual familiars. Hello,
Yes.
Action! Please tell me
Hey,
you've gotten
Action.
some food in you.
He said he had pizza.
I worry about our boy.
Action-packed pizza. Little Caesars, action, action. Germian?
I clicked on Alkios.
Fine. Were you finished with helping Myra? It isn't safe to wander alone.
So, please?
I believe Myra will have some flowers for you to pick.
I believe she will too. Your thought process is truly amazing. Where did you encounter these notions that have never occurred to us?
Yeah,
In a land far,
Mom and
far
Dad?
away. Well. Oh, that's Tay. I was like, did I leave Rye behind? Sorry, your day was so savage. I noticed earlier that you'd
Are
taken
you
a
matching it with Savage Pizza? Pizza Savage.
It's inventory savage.
Or crafting savage.
Yeah, that's
Pizza
it.
Savage, your inventory gets better as you do it. And Action is enjoying Demon Slayer.
Yes, it's a good series. Here, I've made some flowers of our own. Even those fashioned directly from aether tend to sprout with more life and color when you grow them in the soil. Pick yourself a handful and we'll take back to the overseer.
Krenos. Krenos.
Lots of Krenos. Though they do look similar to a Nymean lily.
You don't suppose we've just invented a funeral rite for the next few thousand years?
Probably not, because let's be honest, this type of thing happened in multiple cultures everywhere across the world all the time. Oh, I'll be just fine by myself. But it's sweet for you to worry. I'll pick a few more of these Krenoi and then join you in a little while. Okay, to the funeral site.
I definitely say Demon Slayers is a very well done series. I have not been liking it as much. I can't entirely tell you why.
Well, it does fall into some of the shonen traps that you don't care for.
Some of that.
It's better about it than most. But...
yeah. To things like that, I think I will stick with my Magical Boy show. Nope, that's the same.
Rye is referring to World Trigger.
Yes. They do the transformation thing and everything. Myra's creations were acceptable, I trust. Very. Krenos, a beautiful and ancient predecessor to the modern lily.
My apologies. I may have gotten a little carried away with the flowers.
Not something to be embarrassed about. Not at all, Myra. Your effort is much appreciated. Alkaios, if you would be so kind. Well. Vessels within which life once flowed, cheated of purpose, stilled and cold. Unto the land you now return, the fuel upon which new life shall burn.
That was a beautiful service. I like to think it brought some joy to their departed souls, much as one feels when receiving a thoughtful gift. Yes, the flowers were the perfect addition. How fortunate we are to have this knowledgeable familiar in our midst.
We must return and commit this event to parchment while it remains fresh in our minds. Potential shift in our traditions is a historical moment worth recording. Yeah, I think we just changed funeral services. What happened to the Prime Directive?
I think it went out the window when Vanat showed up.
Yeah. Thank you again, Alcaius. We are ever grateful for your calming presence. And our thanks to you, Myra, Rylea, Tayrin, not only for attending, but also elevating the proceedings.
Yes, you've contributed more than enough. Allow us to take care of the tedious administrative details.
Gladly.
We hope to see you two again.
It is time we were headed back ourselves, dear sister.
As you say, please, Tayrin, Rylea, join us back in Poitin Oikos. We are totally butchering those names.
I'm mangling them, you're butchering them.
I don't even try.
Yes, it is very trying, isn't it?
I know just enough of classic Greek to be very dangerous.
Yeah, foreign languages are not our forte.
No.
I'm ignoring
I
you!
have enough trouble with English.
But yeah, I was not expecting quite such a huge round of side quests.
Boy,
We should know better. It's like expecting the Spanish
they've
Inquisition.
definitely gone extra all out on this one. Holy cow, guys.
But yeah, a hint of time magic.
Yeah. You missed Alcaius, didn't you?
Yes, I did. What did he say?
That was a different kind of service. I think, yes, we might consider some changes.
What a fortuitous turn of events that you were present when we received the summons to Agriosis. As time marches on, we encounter fewer and fewer of these truly new experiences. Yet, ever since you appeared, it has been one surprise after another. I suppose we should expect nothing less for one of Azim's creations.
And now we have these precious new ideas and perspectives to apply to our duties moving forward. Speaking of which, we really must be returning to our work.
Be well, Tayrin, Rylea, and thank you. May our purposes, or simply our paths, align again in the future. If you take the shale brown and hand to me, I actually have occasional use for that one.
Okay. I'll be more than happy to provide you some dye you actually use.
And considering that one, while I can just go get from a beast tribe, it's kind of annoying tracking down which beast tribe actually has it.
Yes. Oh, good lord, yes.
Okay, crazy cat lady. You're going to send us on a puzzle lookup game, aren't you?
Familiar versus familiar. Arena is hoping to conduct a test.
Can you spare a moment, familiar? I'd like you to gauge my own familiar's capabilities against yours.
Don't let the ears fool you.
See this one's big, blue eyes? They're especially sensitive to ethereal emissions. As part of my testing, I propose we race between the two of you. I've been viewed a Gamora bloom with a unique trace of aether. Whoever finds it first is the winner. I suppose it won't be much of a match if I suppose it won't be much of a contest unless you can see aether as well, so I'll lend you a crystal which allows you to detect its presence. Oh god, it's a hot cold. If the flower is nearby when you use it, the crystal will emit a bright light. The further you are from the prize, the less dazzling the glow will be. Let me know if you require further instructions. Now let the competition begin!
Destination for this objective will not be displayed. Use your guiding crystal to pinpoint the location of the camellia bloom. Right. Hold on a second. Warmly.
The guiding crystal will react more strongly the closer you are to the flower. Use it as many times as you need to hone in on the bloom's location.
Still warm.
Now, the cat definitely ran off this way, so...
I didn't see it. Warmly. Hasn't changed yet. Faintly. How's it down there?
Faintly, where could it be? Okay. So we need to double back around?
Warm. 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 Wow, guys. Warm. This is a really, really large area of warm.
Yeah, I'm still getting warm over here.
Same here. Brilliant.
Okay, so off your direction.
Still brilliant. Still brilliant. This is a fairly large brilliant area. Oh, found it.
Me and the drunk Namazu crew are on the way! Yeah.
This looks to be the right flower. Bring it back to arena.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it kept going. Surely I'm past it by now, and it'll start giving me, a different result. And no, I'm getting closer. Okay.
Must not step on the Coral Queen's tail.
That would be good. Hi, Telemon. Who... Isn't he like the brother of Antigone?
It's been too long. Well, that was certainly quick. Did you really find the bloom already? This was the one you were looking for, right?
Cornelia Bloom. This delicate bloom has been imbued with a specific trace of aether.
Incredible! I've never seen such a talented familiar. Speaking of which, mine seems to be distracted. I suppose it's only natural, considering it is the feline traits. But it honestly seems more like a pet than a proper familiar at times.
You don't say.
Well then, I believe you deserve a reward for your victories and for your assistance in my testing. Please be sure to convey my gratitude to your master as well.
Great.
And we are back onto MSQ.
Oh no!
Woohoo! Yep, that's right. Gotta change up classes. See, it seems to be off this direction somewhere. Maybe. Oh, that's right, we were heading toward the teleporter. There it is! Passage to the Boreas.
This appears to be the teleporter Vana told you about. Motes of light yet hang in the air, suggesting the device was but recently activated.
Poof. That is a fat chocobo.
Yes it is.
Sorry about that, Vanat. We got distracted by side quests again. Ah, good. The Nexus acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish.
Handy that.
As for the way to Kritis Hyboria, we follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads. Follow the path we will.
Follow the yellow brick road?
It's not yellow. It is brick, but it's not yellow.
We have plenty of dye, we could probably fix that.
And this would be the crossroads.
Oh, hello there.
Fine. Are we done?
That'll learn ya. New location.
Here we are, the grandest research facility in Epsis. We should head inside and ask if Hermes' whereabouts.
Or you can come waltzing out the doors. Or not. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Yep. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Meteon, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmett Selk. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention the Hythlodeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role of Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth, and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that, I am certain.
At this point in time, you'd be correct.
Which leaves unconscious desires.
It seems there's more to this tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. One info dump later.
How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were.
Thank you for
Thank you for your understanding. Save your thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emmett Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it.
I warned you, you wouldn't like it, but did you listen? No.
Hythlodeus is still enjoying himself way too much.
Yeah, yes, he is. I'm glad Hythlodeus is on our side and not... Yeah.
Yeah.
How lovely. Our married duo has become a quartet.
Quintet.
Past disagreements are no reason to reject collaboration in the here and now. I commend Emmett Sulk for his practicality. Emmett
That
Sulk?
he's always had.
He is never going to live that down. I'm sorry.
Like I said, I've been waiting months for an opportunity to use that. Do not approach me, do not speak to me, and do not dare to presume to treat me as a friend. I'm merely carrying out my duty.
Yeah, he's
You're
sulking.
so Emmett Sulk.
He is so Emmett Sulk.
Hunger in the garden. Aphlodeus is eager to find Hermes. I think the time for leisurely exploration has passed. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision. There he is. On the next aisle over. Meteon is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to Mesopizuros from the device at the bottom of the slope. But first...
Nope.
No. Do we want to find a couple aether currents? Like that one right there?
Yeah! I was like, 66 yards to the south. Really? That close? Oh.
And I was going, let's go look for aether currents, and then I look up a little bit and I go, yeah! 1,300 yalms to the southeast.
Yeah, that's going to be over on the next aisle. Yeah, with that next aisle.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, good thing I suggested we go for this one.
Uh-huh.
Because if I hadn't paused to suggest it, I don't think I would have noticed.
Kind of funny how that works out. And you say you're the unobservant one.
Yes? It was right at the center of my screen and I didn't see it.
Mesopus Euros is interesting in that it is the only region in Elpis which lacks a research hub. This is largely due to the nature of the observation site, within which they let loose creatures anticipated to be unruly or dangerous. I have also heard tale that this area is kept deliberately sparse in the event that, well, let's just say that no one should ever live near the Nexus, which provides access to a certain facility.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
And hi Live.
Hey Lave, good to see you.
What? You expect me to praise you in your progress? On the contrary, I'm simply surprised you made it this far. That's all you, all the time. Then again, even with you slowing her down, there is no denying that Vana is an accomplished researcher. Her wealth of wisdom and experience is unmatched, and her achievements in creation magics, in any field, frankly, are nothing short of extraordinary. Though the singular brilliance which sets her apart can make her motives somewhat impenetrable at times. As her student and successor puts it, she is a force of nature, at once so close, and at the same time so very distant. Oh, doesn't that sound like a familiar description? They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, you would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance at convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... Then again, Perhaps Rylea and Tayrin can handle them. They did survive a bout with Vana, after all. Barely.
You did
Off
fine.
Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the garden's denizens. Lovely.
Okay, that's the same as before.
Yeah. It should be the same. Hythlodaeus. Someone needs to go into the Hungering Gardens to speak with Hermes, and it seems Emet has nominated you for the task. Oh, you're way enjoying this too much.
With a name like Hungering Gardens, though, it's like...
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to put on your warm jacket?
Yes, Emmett is a very good leader. He knows how to delegate.
Really?
And they just spawned. Yay.
Yeah. Oh, Emmett, I am so kidding you for this one.
Technically, we already have.
Hush.
No. This is an entirely separate debt.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Kill them all and let the server sort them out?
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay, where are you, Hermes?
That's the most annoying place he could be. Look there.
Figured he'd by the fountain, but that's not... Wow, he just spawned right on top of me.
Yeah, their respawn rate does seem to be a bit fast.
Gonna have to go around the outside edge, apparently.
Yes.
Hump, 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 hump.
Really?
Do you need
And that
help?
was a special spawn. Because I got a message with that.
Do you need help?
I don't
Nah.
know, do I?
Looks like they moved back.
Wow! Yeah, we're getting, like, quest-related spawns out of all this. Worst breath. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
There they are.
You saw them? Oh, yep,
Yeah.
they're hiding behind a rock. Good eyes, kitten.
You two have a lot of marbles to answer for.
Tayrin, Rylea, where did you come from?
The future? Rylea, Tayrin, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hythlodaeus and Emmett Silk company. In a manner of speaking, yes.
Yeah, there's something we really need to talk about.
An important matter. And unrelated to my decision on Van Daniel, you say? Yes. Then yes, I will come, as soon as my work here is finished. Will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration.
We noticed. Yeah, let's bail. As fast as Urza's feet can take her. Hello,
Yes.
Octi! Good to see you!
Mm-hmm.
The closed loop time wedgie is getting more wedgeful. Yeah, let's not go in there if we don't have to. Watch, there's going to be a rare node there I need to farm later on.
Ha! What is that ghastly odor? It's what you sent me into the middle of. Here, get a really good whiff. It's all your fault.
I was preparing to swoop in if need be, but 'tis clear you have faced your fair share of monstrous opponents. You have no idea. And we just helped create a couple of them!
You spoke with Hermes, then? And were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungering Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say, smell. Not speak for certain convocation members, but I for one am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet the Emet-Selk who would recreate Amarot in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen from the looks of it. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone, I hope that is. Why am I always so forward-thinking? I simply wish to enjoy all that life has to offer. Okay, and she's the same, so Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
Words without sound. Emet-Selk seems content to stay where he is. Hermes said he would not be long, yes. Then we shall wait here until he emerges. Go wash your clothes.
And whose fault were they gotten stinky? Ah, there they are.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye, a matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us, who you are, and why you came.
Here we go again.
Yep. Hope you have a few drinks. You're gonna need them.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction. And none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Oh dear.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Oh, she's made contact.
Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteion. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report. It hurts, it hurts! It hurts! So hot, so cold, so sad. I don't understand. Make it stop. Please, make it stop.
Steady, Meteion. Steady.
So scared, so lonely. The pain, it's too much. Why? Why do we? They hurt.
Oh,
Oh, this is not good.
This is wrong. All wrong.
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right? In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteon also employs Dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her, when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down.
She did stay
In the
away.
goal we may be, let us split up and search together.
Yeah. How good of an idea do you think that actually is?
This is not good.
Oh.
It sounds like they made contact with something.
Something unpleasant.
Something that will probably have to wait until tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yep.
Because it is 11 o'clock.
And with timing fit to annoy Vulpix to no end.
Why do I suddenly hear a roundabout in my head with a little to be continued arrow coming across my screen?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, well, at least it happened now rather than in the middle of the quest, because, well, you're not going to want to stop.
Yeah, that will have to be for tomorrow night. Where do you want to sleep this off? Probably outside of Creepy Music Land.
Yes.
Oh, I know where we can sleep it off. It's a little bit of a port, but I think it'll be worth it.
Yes. Time to turn in our weekly tickets.
Yes.
Get our consolation prizes.
In any case, thank you all very much for joining us. We will be back probably tomorrow afternoon at about 5-ish Pacific time, roughly. And hopefully
Something like
continue this quest because, dang it. Yeah, we've been actually doing early streams mostly so that we can continue rolling with the quests, because we've got a lot of MSQ to roll through.
Oh, good lord, yes.
In any case, you guys have a great evening. Good night. Be well, be safe, sleep well. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Yes, everyone have a great tension-filled night.
Good night, everyone.